Hey up collective collectors, welcome back to the channel, and if it's your first time here, welcome. So this video is just going to concentrate on what happened at the NEC. I had a table, me and Alan went half each on a table. I think he said it should have been £70 per 6-foot table, 2 chairs and 2 entrances to get in. So you basically quids in because the early bird is £20 per person. And a standard ticket, I think, is £10 or £11. I honestly can't remember what it is. So 35 quid each. We chucked all our bits and bobs on the table. We got a lot of old stuff that we sort of didn't want anymore. I got a lot of old die-cast cars that I'd collected over the years. Some that Six Fingered Lee had gave me from Colville. And it was just a case of he gave me them along with other things that I'd bought. So I think I'd bought what was it? I think it was the Action Man helicopter. What you got on your Bullet Man, mate, just out of interest? 495. 495. What about your Tom Man? He came along with that, and it was the Land Rover Jeep as well. It was like a massive load of stuff that I'd got off Six Fingers, and all these 118 style cars was there as well, and I didn't want them. I didn't want them. And he went, "Oh, take them." I said, "Lee, the boxes are all smashed and damaged, and they were just a mess."
I'm coming to the end.
No, take them. So I took them, and I thought, you know what, chuck them in. Before we even set up, a guy came over, really nice bloke. He would have been another vendor, and he was Romanian. Apparently his mate said he was a Romanian gypsy, and he obviously thought it was hilarious because he laughed, but I don't think he was lying. I think he was, but he was sound. He had a wad of money. He just pulled it out. How much do you want for all the cars? I honestly hadn't got a clue. I hadn't even thought about it. I didn't even know what to give them individually. So in a way, this guy turning up was a bit of a favour. So I said, "Give me 300 quid. He went. He just shook his head. Oh shit, I've gone too much here. I swear it must have been a full moon, because some of the weird shit that happened that day, the only explanation is a full moon. So he went, "No, you shook his head." I went, "How much then? You make me an offer." He went, 250. I went, "Will you do 275? And he went, "No, I mean, by this time, 250. I'm like, fucking dead.
Delivering. There you go, so I'll fill up, you go and pay. Right, I'll get rate then, shall I?
Yeah, I snapped your hand off. So I've just thought, I went, "We do 250, 275. He went, again, just shook his head and didn't say a word, which was concerning. I thought, yeah, so it's a bit weird. So we agreed on 250. Anyway, he said, "Can I leave it all here?" I went, "Yeah." He said, "I'll pay you." So he paid me the 250. We left it there in a box, and he went away. And I went, "Oh, I've still got some more. So you got any more?" I went, "No, I've got another box in the car." So I went away because we hadn't finished setting up. I went and got this other box out. He turns back up, and this was the first lot I ever had off Lee. Honestly, it's weird, I'd got a couple of dinky Space 1999s that were all scratched and battered that I'd bought off Lee. I think Lee's sound. I paid 15 quid. I'm sure it was 15 or 20 quid for the pair, because he did comment saying, "Oh, you always want the expensive stuff and you always want it for no." It's just me. And so, yeah, So he gave it me for no, basically, for I think it was 20 quid for these two dinky 19. I chucked them on. I didn't really want them. I loved them as a kid, I remember them, but to me, they was a little bit too bad. So I put them on. And he was set up. So when I said to the bloke, the bloke went, how much? I went, 30 quid. And he went, oh, I went, for both. And he went, oh. I thought, oh man, I've just sold myself well short here. Well, I'd said it, so I took it. And I'd got some Matchbox, again off Lee, in boxes, but the boxes were damaged. And I remember spending just 10 minutes on just tidying the boxes up a bit. I didn't really want much for them. I know they fetch good money, probably about £20 each in the condition they were in. And there were two, and I just let them both go for 20 quid for the pair. All the Lee stuff went, and I was like, what the hell? Couldn't believe it. Money for nothing. And we've still not even set up. So I'm making money already. This stuff has cost me basically nothing, because the stuff that I wanted was worth what I'd paid, and this was just job lotting with it. And we'll have a cup of
The whole with the 36 pounds. You'll have to do it. If you want the whole lot, 36 pounds with that box and the original pack.
Then from there, we'd finally managed to settle in. I'd put the Blues and Royals on the horse. I said I was going to put it up, and I did. I put it up for £150, and people were coming up. It was brilliant, because people were coming up showing a massive interest in it, having photographs with it and taking photographs and saying, oh, I had this as a kid. And it was really nice because it drew people to the table. And with having such a high price as well, people were looking at it, knowing that it's worth money. And when they were asking me, oh, will you take this? I went, no, I can't take any less than 150. It's out my own collection. Once it's gone, it's gone. Okay. So that basically stayed. I did sell it. As a spoiler, I did sell it, but I'll get to that. So then went for a wander round. Things had sort of quietened down, and said to her, let's go and get a brew. Let's go, because the wife were with us. She was helping me out. She played a blinder. She always does. She's brilliant. And she's not into any of this. She don't get it. But she could sell sand to the Arabs. So yeah, brilliant. So we went off and went and got some hot chocolate and coffees and croissants and stuff like that. And we sat there and we ate them, and things were moving along, selling nicely. And we'd gone for a walk round, and I seen an Action Man lorry, the one that the boys have washed for me so kindly. And I've wanted one for years. I had one as a child and absolutely love it. It's just over there, look. There it is. I said to the guy, he got it up on the top shelf. You've probably heard this story if you've watched the latest video, up on the top shelf. And what I did notice was the way it sat inwards like that. The cab leant. It was leaning that way towards the trailer. And it was just weird. But since then, I've looked online, and 99% of them do it. So it's not a problem. And I said to him, how much do you want for it? And he said 60 quid. And for a joke, he'd got figures piled in on it. He'd got some naked figures. He'd got some dress figures. And I said, is that with the 4 figures that you've got inside the truck? No. So, I walked away, and I knew I only wanted to pay £40. So to cut long story short, I went back at the end of the show. I'd sold so much stuff. I was well chuffed. And then I just went and said, look, I'll give you 40 quid for it. He wanted 50, so we took it down. I told him it's all twisted and bent, out of shape. It was completely dirty. I said, I don't want the gun because it's not the right gun for it. He'd got the You know the Jeep and trailer, the brown gun. I knew I'd got one here back at the attic, so it didn't matter. And that was another point. So, you know, you'll get 10 for this. So yeah, he agreed, and we took the 40 quid, and I brought the Jeep back the lorry back. As I got back to the store where my wife and Alan was, she just looked at me and shook her head. Alan's just pissing himself laughing, thinking it's hilarious. Because I've just shifted all this stuff, and then I'm bringing back a massive item like the military truck. Oh, see, you've got a load of shit on your store.
Oh, we've sold all the good.
What, you sold all the shit?
Sold all the good. No, this is great. And then.
So it's all there, the canopy, everything. The only thing that's missing is the crossbar that runs across the spine of the canopy to stop it from sinking in the middle. That was missing, and I thought, oh, maybe I don't need it. But no, you do need it. It's a massive part of the truck, and you really do need it. So I made one out of an old garden piece of wood, something, you know, what you tie your plants up with. You pop it in the ground like a little green stake. Got one of them, made it into a slightly pointed at each end, and then just pushed it in. It works an absolute treat. It's there. It's looking good. It's looking mighty fine. So yeah. And the other thing, the other thing that I got, it was, I mean, I don't know how I'm going to tell you this because I don't really want to tell you what it is, but this is why I'm saying I think it was a full moon. A guy turned up, he's seen the Blues and Royals. He wanted it. And he said to me, I like to trade. So I thought, do I want to trade? I thought, no, I don't want to trade. So what you got? And he says, I've got this, I've got that, and he got some other stuff. So I said to him, look, go wander around, see what you can get for it, and come back and see me. And if you got enough, 150, it's yours.
And there was a trailer of rancor on the bottom of the shelf. And I said to the lad, random. And then he goes, what do you mean random? I said, that's like an old soldier. We're going back 15 years.
He was adamant he wanted it. He absolutely loved it. So he went away and he come back, and you know what? He kept me talking for ages. We were just chewing the fat over Action Men. But mostly the dressed uniform stuff. He absolutely loved it, and he knew so much about it. He loved the horses. He was telling me how we had got a horse for every single one, and he'd got them all together. He'd sold them on. He'd got them again. Him and his wife got divorced. He told me his life story. He got divorced. He ended up moving out, leaving them there. When he went to get them, she'd sold the lot. So it was just an unfortunate story he was telling me. So he went away and he come back and he had no joy. He'd obviously gone round vendors asking them, oh, you know, I want this for this. And he wasn't desperate enough to let them go at a ridiculous price. So what he did do was he did pay me £150 for it. And then, to be fair, I got such a good deal. I do feel bad because you know what I'm like. You know I'll only take a bargain. But I think the best thing to do is just not say, take a look. The review of the lorry is what it is. It's the military truck. The canvas is in great condition. It had some sticker residue still left on it. I cleaned all that off and it come up mint. The only problem is if it's a tiny little V split at the top of the canopy. That's all. So I just put a bit of duct tape in there to strengthen it off. And it's worked a treat. It's all right, and it's come up well. The truck's come up well, in good nick. I can't find anything wrong with it. There's a few stress marks on the plastic, on the clips that hold the side and front and back flaps together, hold them pinned together. They've got little stress marks, and there's a stress mark on the dashboard where you bend it over. But other than that, it's perfect. But what I'll do is I'll just get some khaki dark green and and cover them up. I'll do probably a little bit of test painting and try and get a nice colour match just to paint them up, because of the stress of it. It's made them go white, or a very light green, I should say. So with that said and done, enjoy the images that are coming up next, because what is coming up is the lorry, and the three figures you're about to see are from this man. One of them, no. I don't know what to say. So look, just watch them and let me know what you're thinking. So remember, the Blues and Royals, the horse went. I got my £150, and this, I can't tell you because it was, I do feel bad. Just enjoy the video. With that said and done, get out and collect. Till next time, keep collecting.